Yes. And we are live. And we are live. I will say Merry Christmas to everyone watching us. I wish you a I will say Merry Sherry Christmas. I hope we all had a wonderful Christmas. I hope we all had a wonderful Christmas. So, let me ask, how was Christmas? How was Christmas over there? How was Christmas on your side? What did you do on Christmas Day? Is it all those period whereby we're very busy cooking? Christmas on my side was so exciting. Was so exciting. Like really, this Christmas for me is a shield moment for me. My goodness. So I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. If you are joining us, this is the Wholesome Mysteries live show. And today is Thursday, 7:30 p.m. in the United Kingdom. And in Nigeria, I'm sure it's half 8. All right. Thank you for joining us today. I remain Oluwakemi Felicity Anyide. And here with me is...
Good evening, everyone. Obiyemi Temitayo, and I'm so happy to
All
be
right.
here. Thank you.
So,
All right, I want to welcome everyone to this live session. And firstly, I must say Merry Christmas to everyone. Would like to connect with you so you can make use of the comment section to tell us where you're joining us from, and happy to have you here. And you can sit back and enjoy this live session. It is going to be powerful. I can tell you it is going to be powerful. So I want to welcome everyone to today's session of the WHOLESOME series. We are so glad you could join us for this enriching conversation. Today, we are diving deep into the topic, the place of birthing. It's Christmas, and we're talking around the topic of the place of birthing, from struggles to glory. And I'm thrilled to have Felicity here with us. Felicity, it's wonderful to have you here. How are you feeling about today's topic?
wow, today's topic, I'm actually very excited. It's Christmas, the birth of the Lord Jesus. So we are still in that mood. So I am very excited. And this topic is chosen like with all thoughtfulness. The place of betting, and we are celebrating the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. So, how does this relate to the wholesome series? How does this relate to our healing journey? How does this relate to Saint of Kara? This topic is so dear to me and to my heart because it reminds me that struggles we face aren't just about our hardship. It's all about the process and part of the process of bringing something so beautiful and transformative into the world, and that is Jesus Christ.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. Absolutely. It is often said that glory does not come without struggle. But why do you think it is so hard to recognize that in the midst of the struggle?
Yes, sometimes it's very hard to recognize glory in the midst of struggle? And that is a very great question, I would say, Temitayo. I think it's because when we are in the middle of the struggles, it is hard to see beyond the pain, to see beyond where we are, to see beyond where we're coming from. It clouds our vision. The struggles we're going through clouds our vision due to societal expectations or societal standard. But the truth is, there is glory all the time, and it follows struggle. If you know your way, glory always follows struggle. So I would say that moment that you have, that moment that you feel is so tight, that you felt is so hard, I can tell you there is a way. There is a way to go about it. There is a way. That's why you need to come to the tent of Kara. I'm sure I had me had head there. Please. Share the 10th of Kara admin contact, admin link. Let them shout our admin link. There is a way to these things. So you need to be in 10th of Kara to know the way, how you can use your struggle. With your struggle, you bet something so purposeful and something glorious. Yeah. Let's look at the life of Jesus. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6, I read, he said, "For unto us a child is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder." This is talking about the future. It's not talking about the little baby you're seeing. No, it's not talking about the manger that the child is. I'm sure in that manger, you're going to see the feces of cows and cattle. I'm sure. He said, "For unto us a child is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder." He said, "And it shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." Even the birth of a humble baby. This is the future. This is the future. It's not about where that child is. No. So you are not defined by where you are. You are not defined by what you are passing through. It's not about that little place you came from. It's not about, no. Can we see through the eyes? Can we see through the lens of what the Lord is seeing us with? And let us stop looking at our life through the lens of our background, the lens of what we've passed through. It is clear that the refining process happens during tough times, tough moments. The glory is born through the struggles, and that is when we truly experience transformation.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. Please, I want to know from the audience if they can hear us. Please kindly comment if you can hear us. If the network is stable, because at my own end, it's not
Thank you, please. Kindly comment, drop your comments. And if you have any questions, please kindly drop all your questions at this moment. And I'm sure our moderator is going to collate this at the end of the program to reach out. And please, this is 10th of Kara. This is also series. You need to know how. There is a how to all these things. There is a how to all these things. And I'm sure I'm sure very, very soon Timotaya is going to join us. Yes, he's here. Glory.
thank you, Ma. And I want to apologize to all of our audience that I want to apologize for the break in transmission. All right. So I think our network is restored now.
Good.
All right. So thank you, Ma, for that. And as we proceed, the struggles refine us, but there's a question here. How can we reframe our struggles, especially when it feels like we are in the thick of it, to see them as part of a bigger picture?
Reframing the struggles requires that you understand that pain is not in vain, that pain is of the purpose of God for you. Yes, you need to understand that where you are, the struggles and all the pain is part of the story. It's part of the story. Every challenge is shaping you to be whom God has designed you to be. Is shaping you for what it is to come, and that is why you need to stay. Hmm. I'm reminded of a devotional from 10th of Kara where we shared this week that speaks to the same. It said the place of birthing is not a place of comfort. It's not. It is where we wrestle with doubt. There are many doubts, there are many questions asking us, what if it doesn't work? What if this is my fate? What if this is my journey? And you tend to give up, and you tend to give up to that situation, to that struggles, to those paths. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop those doubts. Stop those fears. And it's the place where sometimes we feel lonely and we are alone. We feel there is no one. We feel rejected. We feel stigmatized. And we experience life. This is life to our face. And we experience life deepest challenges. It is those moments, even when we can't see it, we may not see it, but I tell you, God is refining you and is preparing you for the glory to come. Do you know there is no mistake on your journey?
All right. Thank you,
That's
ma.
it, sir. Mr. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's it, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma. That's such a great reminder. I want to apologize to all of our audience for the the interruption of the network is causing us at the moment. Please bear with us. We are fixing it. We are working on it. All right. Moving forward. You know, when we are going through these seasons of doubt and emotional strain, it's tough to stay hopeful. Ma, please, how can we hold on to the hope during these times? How can we hold on to those? How can we hold on to, how can we hope further? How can we remain hopeful?
That is the real challenge. Staying hopeful when it feels like we are losing ourselves in the struggle. But the hope lies in the fact that even every emotional and mental struggle is transforming us. Do you know it's transforming us? Huh? Think of Mary carrying Jesus. It wasn't just the physical burden, it was emotional and mental to carry pregnancy and to go into the labor room. But do you know what? She kept a hope alive. And how can you stay hopeful? You need a community to constantly remind you because you need a reminder. You need a reminder. You need a community where we will constantly remind you of whom you truly are and not whom you are defined by what you've passed through in life. And I tell you, she didn't always see the full picture. And that's why some of us, because we don't see the full picture, because we don't have all the details yet, then we will begin to question. Mary does not see the full picture, but she trusted in God's plan for that baby Jesus. We too need to trust that even in the most uncertain moments, that God is preparing us for something beautiful.
Thank you, ma, for that. So, like you said, trusting in God's plan. All right. So, to our audience, you can start dropping in your questions as you follow us through this session. You can start dropping in your question. All right, to move further, ma, trusting in God's plan, even when we do not see the outcome. That brings me to pain of labor mentioned in day three of this week devotional. We know Mary's journey wasn't just physical pain, but mental and emotional anguish as well. How do we handle those moments when life throws unexpected challenges at us? We feel like we are carrying more than we can bear.
Hmm. That's such a great point. The pain of labor is multifaceted. It's not just the physical, but emotional, mental, even spiritual pain. Yes. However, there is always a purpose in it. In Matthew chapter 1, verse 21, it says, she will bear a son, and you will call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. Every struggle is betting something with a purpose, with a purpose. Even in our hardest moments, we are bringing forth something that will impact others. Even we don't see it now, but I tell you, we are bringing forth something that will impact others. The glory on the other side will always be worth it.
That's a powerful one. Betting something with purpose. But what about those seasons when we feel unseen or unnoticed? The devotional talks about place of hiddenness. I think day 4 talks about place of hiddenness. How can we manage those seasons of waiting and feeling like nothing is happening?
The place of hiddenness, I think, is today. Today is the 4 on Thursday. We'll talk about that
Yes,
today. And yes, yes, we talk about that today. And it is also when God does some of his most profound work. When we think God was silent, hi, it reminded me of the story of the cross. Do you know, even Christ himself, while he was on the cross, he thought, he said, Father, Father, why art thou forsaking me? But you know what? God will never forsake his own. But we felt like we are lonely. We felt unseen. We wonder if we are stuck. In fact, we even query our life. We query our destiny. We even think we are wasting time. We think there is no purpose for us. But in reality, the place of hiddenness is often the most transformative work in those quiet moments. Some people call this moment the secret place, and it is a place whereby we are hidden. We are hidden for a moment. Do you know, Mary carried her promise in secret for so long, trusting in God's timing. Even in those hidden seasons, I call it seasons of life, even in those hidden seasons, do you know, God is shaping us, and what is happening inside of us in due time will be revealed only if you can stay and find the right community that can help you grow.
Hmm. Thank you so much for that. That was quite comforting thoughts. Hiddenness is part of preparation. When the glory finally comes, it is breathtaking. Um, and the five devotional talks about the betting of hope. After all the pain and waiting, the moment of glory arrives. Furthermore, how does it feel when it is so powerful? When we finally see what we've been carrying, the day of glory, when
Wow.
it arrives.
Yes.
How,
The moment of
how,
glory
how, how do, yes, ma'am.
is indescribable. Yes. The moment of glory is indescribable. Do you know, after all the pains, after all the waiting, after all the, now imagine yourself that, just imagine that you later break through. Imagine yourself that all those your prayers are now answered. Imagine yourself that the visions you have for yourself now came to pass. Imagine yourself, just imagine. I want you to be in a place of imagination now. Imagine that all your prayer requests are answered. Imagine that everything your heart yearn for, like you were just taking it. You were just taking it. Yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But do you know what? At this moment, we are in the betting place. So it takes time. It takes waiting. It's like everything shift. The glory arrives. It reveals the hope we've been carrying. It's not just a personal victory, it brings healing even to others. Now, when you have imagined and you now see, if you don't pass through this moment you are passing through now, do you want to tell people? Because people will just think you just emerge. Like people will just think you just came out out of nowhere, which is not possible. Nobody came out of nowhere. Nobody came out of nowhere. Everything you're going to become is going to be as a result of what you have been doing over the time, even when you think it doesn't count. I tell you, those things they really, really counted. When Jesus was born, he wasn't just a baby. It was the hope of salvation. The glory we carry can do the same, bringing hope and restoration to others.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you, ma, for that. What we carry brings hope to others. I'm also thinking about how struggle sometimes become the breakthrough for someone else. Ma, I'll throw this to you. Has there been any moment in your own life when you seen your struggle leading to someone else breakthrough?
Yes, definitely. Then I'm going to be citing the one that is very recent and very, very profound for me. Okay. There was this moment of my life, I think it should be less than 6 months ago now. And this moment, I have a goal, right? I have a goal that I was like, okay, I have this goal to achieve for myself. And those moments were so tough for me. They were so tough. But do you know what? By the grace of God, I was able to break through those moments. Do you know, after I break through, I met a gentleman, and the gentleman told me, he said, Felicity, how did you do these things? He asked me, he said, how did you do this thing? Do you know what? And I told him, it took him through all the processes, how I moved from A to B, even to the head point, without hiding anything, without hiding any details. I made him understood this is the journey I passed through. So if you as well, you know you want to come out, this is the only way. This is how I did it, and I was able to get to this point. Do you know what? As I was remembering things I did, I was pouring out all my heart to him, and God sees my heart. I was pouring out everything I got to this gentleman. Do you know the gentleman, after he had everything, he left, and it seems as if this gentleman is not coming back. And it looked as if maybe, but in me, I knew I've sown a seed. Do you know? In this is not in last week. Was it last week or earlier this week? The gentleman wrote me a message on my DM on WhatsApp, and he said, Felicity, please, please never underestimate the grace of God that you carry, because he was able to produce the results. Ha ha. So what if I've not poured into him? What if I've not my heart was not opened to him? So what if, and do you know, I passed, it was a struggle for me. I passed through those journey for a purpose, for people to learn. Hi. And that is the beauty of sharing our stories, where we can become somebody's else breakthrough. And that is why you need to be intent of character. I've been there. Hiya. Have you heard of my story of guilt and shame? My own story is on my timeline. You need to go and read that. You need to go and read it. Have you heard? And that is when we become somebody's else breakthrough.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for sharing that with us. To our viewers, we are waiting for you at the tent of Kara. You know, that struggle you are going with can be a breakthrough for another person. And I love that. As we wrap up today, what would you say is the key takeaway for our listeners, and how can they keep going in the struggle, knowing the glory is on its way?
The takeaway is this: can you please trust the process? Trust the process. Every part of your journey, the struggle, the pain, the hidden season is preparing you to carry something greater that you could ever imagine. You are clothed in grace and you are crowned with glory. And that's our motto, intent of character. You are clothed in grace and you are crowned in glory. This is a non-judgmental zone. And what God is betting in you will change not only your life, but the lives of others as well. That is why you need this healing. That is why you need to be intent of character. You need to be whole. Your wholeness. Many people outside, they are waiting for your manifestation. They are waiting for you to be old. Exactly. They are waiting for you to be whole. So my takeaway is, keep going, because the glory is coming and you are part of God's beautiful story.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. And to our audience, I'm sure they can, yeah, speaking one or two things. Thank you so much for that. All right, to our audience, we want you to start sending in your questions. We are out of time, but we should be able to take one or two questions. So you can drop your questions. Our admin are there to send it to Russ. Thank you so much for that thoughtful word. The struggle we face are not just for us, but for those who will find hope through our journey. Thank you for this inspiring conversation. We want to take some questions, ma. There's a question here, ma. Someone asks that, what if my struggles seems too much to bear? How do I know if I can make it through?
It's okay. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. Yeah. The good news is that you are not alone in this. God promises He won't give us more than we can bear. In the book of First Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 13, it said I'm quoting from NIV, it said, the temptation in your life are not different from what others experience. And I think one of the reasons you think you are overwhelmed is because you think you are the only one. You think you are the only one passing through this challenge. You're not alone. You're not alone. You have other people that are passing through. In fact, I would say something more grievous than what you are passing through. It's just because you are not in a community to see those like-minded. So you need to join a community. He said the temptation in your life are not different from what others experience. And it's God for that. He said, and God, he said, is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. But do you believe this? He said he will not allow you to be more than what you can stand. When you are tempted, he said he will show you a way so you can endure. And of that way is strength of character. Yes, I can tell you emphatically, his strength of character. He said, lean into him. So I encourage that you just lean into God, seek support from others, and take things one step at a time. You've come this far and you're stronger than you can realize. The fact is that you are still standing means you can make it through. Definitely, you can make it through.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for that. Moving forward, we have another question here, which is, someone says that my struggles are never going to lead to anything good. How can I overcome this fear and trust the process?
Fear that your struggle is not going to lead to anything good. Thank you for knowing that it is fear, right? And sometimes we are the one that made the fear so real. Fear is actually temporary. It's temporary and is a tool of the kingdom of darkness. Now, let's look back on time. If you are afraid, look back on time when you've overcome a challenge in your life or you've grown in ways whereby you did not expect. If you are here today, is a testimony of God's faithfulness in your life. Even when we don't see the outcome, trust that the process is shaping you for something greater. Is shaping you for something greater. Think of a moment where God has come true for you. He will yet do it again. He will yet do it again. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am, for that. Our time is fast spent. I think we can take in just one more question, ma'am. And this question says, how do I stay hopeful when the pain seems unending and it feels like nothing is changing?
Hmm. The pain, truly, I agree with you. It feels it's not going to end. It feels this is your dead end. But just imagine and remember that changes are gradual. You don't see results, but I tell you, if you can stay in the right place, like a place of tent of Kara, if you can stay, you may not see changes in a month, you may not see changes in 2 months, it may take more than 3 months for you to see changes. But I tell you, if you can stay, change is gradual, and before you know it, you come out. Before you know it, you become whom God has designed you to be. You may experience so much struggle, but I tell you, you need a place like Tent of Kara where you can stay and you can focus on yourself. Even when you can't see it, I tell you, every day you move forward and you are getting closer to your breakthrough. Every season, it might feel hard, but I tell you, if you keep moving, just keep holding on because God is working in you and the breakthrough is closer than you can think. I'll take this example like the clock. By seconds, seconds becomes minutes, minutes becomes hours, hours becomes day, day becomes week, and week becomes month, month becomes year. But everything started from the tick of seconds. It's gradual. It's gradual. It's gradual. Only if you can stay. And I can see that you are shining. I see you coming out strong. I see you coming out beautiful. I see you overcoming those challenges. I see you overcoming those pains. In Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you today for joining us. We love you. 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 Thank you for joining the Wholesome series where we can feel whole. We can be whole again. Now, next week, we're going to be talking about, I'm actually wrapping up very fast. We're going to be talking about embracing the dawn of my rebirth. Yes, embracing the dawn of my rebirth. And there is a program, it's going to be a 30-day challenge coming in either February or March. We don't have the date yet, but it's going to talk about your identity. You have an identity. You have an identity, and you have an identity. Come in one, come in tens, come in thousands. Reach out to our admin and they will add you, yes, to the tent of Kara. Thank you so much. I really enjoy everyone here. And if you're going to be rewatching this, thank you for coming. Click on the like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Do have a beautiful week. Mr. Temitayo, any last word for our audience, please?
think I'll end this live session by saying the 10th of Karat does not discriminate. You need to chat up our admin, to be added to the platform. This is a community, of likes mind, and this community is specifically created for you. I mean, for you, for your healing and growth. So you will see your struggles move to glory. I had an amazing time having this conversation with Chima, and I want to say a big thank you for the answers you provided to the questions here. I think I'll be signing out on peace. We love you all from the Net of Para. We love you so much, and we are expecting you. I mean, we are expecting you at the 10th of Kara. We'll be join us next week, this at the same time, and you know, just join us next week. Thank you.
All right. You have a wonderful week. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.